Protect your DNA. BioPQQ can promote formation of new mitochondria. Infowarsstore.com.
Well, a lot of you out there are really waiting for the disclosure. Extraterrestrials, do they exist or not? Well, frankly, I think we have received our first alien sighting. And no, not from outer space, but a lab-created genderless alien living in Los Angeles, California. Now, this is 22-year-old Vinny O. He has spent more than $50,000 on over 100 procedures to transform into a genderless alien, with plans to have his genitals, nipples, and belly button removed next. Owen Schroyer, now you've been kind of on a body shaming kick here and just asking questions about, what the heck is going on with people. So we don't want to be racist, sexist, homophobic, bigoted, and xenophobic or anything like that. But what the hell is going on? Why do we have plastic surgeons who are willing to allow people to explore? Here's what he says. He's like, I already had a big forehead, and I don't really feel like I need my sexual organs. I could live without sex either way. So why do I need a penis or a vagina? He's an art. That's art. That's art. You look confused. He just wanted to explore it. But what's going to happen after he explores it? And then he goes, you know what? I'm done being an alien.
I don't know if there's any coming back from that, but I think the reason it goes on is because you have plastic surgeons that are probably willing to take money from people, that are willing to hand it over to them for whatever surgery they want. Who knows where that'll end up.
Surgeons willing to chop people's legs off because they feel like they are in the wrong body because they are an amputee.
And to be honest with you, not to get off on a jag, but I think the whole Snapchat with putting the animal faces on you, I think that could lead eventually to trans-species surgery. Who knows? All these kids that want to grow up and be dogs or something, now I guess they want to be aliens. But no, the thing about it is, to me, Leanne, I mean, look, honestly, I don't care what you do with your body. If you do something like that, don't be surprised if people look at you weird in public. But my issue is that it's being pushed so much in the mainstream media. Mm-hmm. Like the one girl that everyone was mad at me for fat shaming, and I kind of feel bad. I didn't mean to fat shame her. It was just the fact that they were praising this girl for nothing, for just going out there and putting herself out on there with her underwear on and trying to, I don't know what the right word is, but they want to make it normal.
To just put yourself out there in your bra and panties.
And now it's no matter how abnormal you are, they just want to make it normal. If you're a genderless alien now, let's normalize that.
Yeah, don't judge and be a racist, sexist, bigoted, homophobe. But the thing is that it's, even with this, allowing people to do what they want, to feel as though they're their true selves, you're still putting value on the outer appearance. And that is the issue I think you're kind of talking about as well, is that it's, people aren't working on their inner person and their inner spirit, stuff that doesn't fade. It's all about your outer appearance, even with your body positivity movement.
It's really just more, if this is going to be a story, it's the angle that they're taking. It's not like, okay, this is weird. Like you brought this to me like, hey, look at all this weird stuff that's going on. Let's tie it with some of the other weird stuff that we see going on. They take it and they're like, wow, look at this. This is human individualism. This needs to be praised. We need to put this into the mainstream. And then kids see this, the youth see this, and if the parents aren't engaged, who knows where the children's mind might go with this? I mean, I've got this story here. Human Ken doll undergoes 51st plastic surgery procedure. I'm a perfectionist. And you look at this guy, and I mean, okay, if that's what you're into, then that's what you're into. That's perfectly fine.
The guy almost lost his nose, I thought I had heard, because he'd had so many surgeries, similar to what happened with Michael Jackson, where he just didn't have enough meat and flesh there to stay onto his face. I mean, what the heck? At a certain point, are the doctors culpable in this?
I just don't want to see this go mainstream. Again, I'm a libertarian, if you want to say, and to me, do whatever you want with your body. But when they start to inject this into the mainstream, that's when I think it becomes an issue. Because again, the mind of a youth is very impressionable.
Very.
And they can see stories like this, and maybe they're in a hard time in their life, maybe they're getting bullied, and maybe they think that this is the answer.
A nose job will fix it, or
it's not the answer.
Exactly.
And look, and we've got all of these other stories too that kind of show how this is how the youth is being indoctrinated into this. In England, sex education to be made compulsory in all schools in England. Government confirms they're going to start doing that at age 4. And then the government's going to decide what is considered age-appropriate sex education. I mean, how is that the government's job? You've got Disney. At age 4, exactly. What are they going to be showing you, a genderless alien now because it's tolerant? Disney puts gay scene in Beauty and the Beast. So again, it's like, okay, whatever, I don't care. But it's the fact they're trying to normalize this. There was no gay scene in the original Beauty and the Beast. They're only doing this because they have to inject it in there. I don't know why, if this is some sort of thing that they want people to see homosexuality, or if they think it'll cause some sort of a buzz about the movie, but they just have to put this in the mainstream. And that's what bothers me.
Right. And of course, just you have to be so accepting, loving, and not say, are you okay? Like, you're beautiful just as you are. You don't need a nose job. You don't need to transform your entire body with plastic surgery. That's not allowed because you might hurt someone's feelings, especially your 7-year-old child. God forbid you try to get him some counseling. No, if he wants to chop his peenie off and be a girl, well, go do that. That's why we have schools in North Bend Public Library in Oregon is actually offering Adulting 101. These are classes to teach coddled millennials how to cook meals, file taxes, get a job, how to move out of the house. I mean, that just goes to show you where we are living in when your parents they don't have the time, attention, whatever, to explain to you how to set a budget or cook a meal or do anything. That is why we are living in such a jacked up place.
I think that this is great, actually. And it's funny because you talk about education in America. These are things these are not included in our education. People don't learn how to make a budget. People don't learn how to do their taxes. Some states, they don't teach you how to drive a car. I mean, these are things that you need to know.
No, you need to know about genderless aliens. You need to know about the 57, 77 genders that is key.
Thank you. That's a great point.
Material.
I don't need my kid to learn about how to balance a budget or do their taxes. Just make sure that they know all 57 genders. Hey, did you know they might not know all 50 states, but they better know all 57 genders. Okay, I'm just telling you.
Yeah. Otherwise, you have committed a hate crime. Which, when you see all this going on...
But that is funny, because it is true. Most people don't ever actually learn that.
It's true. That's the thing. And that's why so many, with this whole school choice, I would want to rip my child out of a school that emphasized the gender studies versus actual tools that you need to exist and thrive in the present day, which is why we see AI scientists gathering to plot doomsday scenarios and solutions, but they're all getting together. These are researchers and cybersecurity experts, policy wonks, asking themselves, what could possibly go wrong? They know they're in an industry where they're basically going to be building the brave new world. So now they're kind of mapping out they're wargaming some different scenarios of what could possibly happen. Doesn't mean they're going to stop. They are full steam ahead with this. As they're talking now, artificial human life could soon be grown in a lab after they had an embryo breakthrough. So we won't even need gender anymore. They're just bringing us into this future. But frankly, after that, we won't even need humans anymore because they're already working on robots that will replace humans. They've already reported that, sex between a man and a woman, a husband and wife, will be saved for only special occasions because you'll be doing it with your sex bots. Now scientists are calling for robots to be made with real human flesh that actually sweats. So this is very much like Westworld, living in the simulation with the 3D printing.
And what they're going to do with this, they're going to do the same thing. It's all to dehumanize people. So it's going to be like, oh, this is a machine. It needs to have rights. You need to be tolerant of this machine. Be nice to this machine. It has feelings too. And then eventually you don't know the difference between a human and a machine. And so it's just like, oh, be tolerant and loving of everyone. There is no difference between a human being and that machine because you don't know. It might be a machine. It might be a human. I don't know if we're going to ever get there, but we're definitely seeing the moves being made. And all of this stuff is certainly strange. I mean, this is we're not in Kansas anymore stuff. People getting surgery to look like Ken dolls, look like aliens. The government decides what is age appropriate sex lessons for your kids. They're rewriting old Disney scripts to include gay scenes, and it just keeps getting weirder and weirder.
Ramping everyone to be totally accepting of these robots that are going to be in need of tendon replacements, like musicians or athletes they're talking about. So they're really working on the end of human civilization. They can grow life in a lab.
It's like the movie The Surrogate.
Exactly. And this is kind of the future that they're seeing, and they think it could have devastating effects on humankind, but they are full steam ahead with this anyway. So this is the future that's upon us. And I always say robots, they don't have consciousness yet. They're really working on that. So that is our duty as humanity, is to really open up and expand our consciousness and our reality in that realm.
But just like they try to say a man that turns to a woman is a woman. No, it's not. It'll always be a robot, not a human.
Agreed. Well, thank you all for tuning into the show tonight. Thank you for the last word, Owen Schroyer. We'll see you guys here tomorrow, 7 p.m. Central.
In the past decade, we have witnessed unparalleled scientific discoveries in the area of health. But no one has put together a formula that focuses directly on brain health, nerve growth factors, and optimizing your cellular energy at the same time. DNA Force is one of the most expensive formulas to produce. Some of the ingredients in DNA Force are $12,000 a kilogram. We are using the coveted, patented, only American source of PQQ, CoQ10, and more. You want the best that's out there at the lowest price anywhere? Well, we're bringing you a total win-win. The ultimate value, cutting-edge, trailblazing game changer that also supports the InfoWar. We have produced a limited run of DNA Force, and it will take up to 12 weeks to produce more once we sell out. Secure your DNA Force today at InfoWarsLife.com or call toll-free 888-253-3139.